Hey guys, I am Calza, and first off, I want to apologize for not making any videos. The reasons for that are I've been playing comp pretty much every single day for a long time, and I just got lazy and I was like, oh, I don't want to make a video. I just want to play some comp. And then for pretty much a week, I was sick and just couldn't make a video because I could barely talk. But this is the what I love about Zarya video. Now, I've wanted to make this for a while, and it's because Zarya is my favorite hero. So, like usual, let's just go over her abilities and her guns and everything like that. So, she is a tank, and her first thing is her weapon, the particle cannon. So, if you use R2, her short range fire will just be a beam. So that's really what you want to use against squishy targets, or just a just pretty much singled out targets like that. And if you use L2, that's her grenade version. So it will pretty much just shoot a bomb. Now this is good if you want to use it against groups of enemies. You don't really want to be using this, just randomly or anything like that, because it is, I personally think the R2 fire is a lot better, just the beam, because you can just melt, and it's just so much better. It's more accurate. And her next thing, the particle barrier. So you can, this is on R1, you can create a barrier around you. So if you're going to take damage, if you see yourself taking damage, you put this up and that will give you charge, and that allows you to, it's pretty much damage in, damage out. It's not exact, but as you can see here, I'm 100% charged, so I'm very deadly. Like, I just melt people really quick. So you want to be using this in situations where you know you're going to be taking damage. You don't want to just be using this whenever you can. You want to make sure you're using this. You want to the way I do it is, once I start getting shot, I put it up. I don't just put it up and then run in, unless I know for sure that I'm going to be taking damage. Next is the projected barrier, and this is on R1. So basically it allows you to do the exact same thing, but it puts it on one of your teammates. So if you see your teammate get hooked by Roadhog, or get singled out by someone, or just pushing a point, you put this on them. That allows you to get charged up. That protects them, and yeah, it pretty much just gives them a bit of a shield like that. I knew my mate Clay, he was probably going to get targeted as Anna, so I put that on him, allowed him to push through to me. So her passive is damage blocked by barriers increases particle cannon damage. So pretty much, like I said, it just gives you a boost. So as you saw before, I just used my ult, which is the Graviton Surge, which pretty much makes your a big black hole pretty much. And what it does is that focuses on all the enemies in that area and it sucks them into one point. You can combo this really well with a Genji, Tracer, Hanzo, anyone that has just really strong ults where you can team wipe. Even a Pharah I've found is really effective, or even a Reaper. Anyone that can just wipe a team with their ults, you pair that up with Zarya and you have a very deadly combo. So let's go into what I love about Zarya. So like I said, Zarya is one of those heroes that is pretty much seen on every single team. Like, this is another reason why. See how that Junkrat, he just used his ult, he came at me, I knew he would, I was hoping he would actually, get that off and make me charged up. So what I was doing was, I was baiting him, and I was letting him push to me, and as soon as I saw he was in range of, killing me, put up my shield, he uses it, I get 50% charge. You can only get 50% charge max on each bubble, guys, so you're not going to get fully charged off one bubble. You need to use both bubbles to get fully charged. So what I love about Zarya is just that she's so useful in so many situations, because she has 200 base health and 200 overshield. So the overshield is constantly regenning. So with your barriers, if you put a barrier on yourself and then take damage, you can actually heal up 200 health. So as you can see here, my health's going back up after that Reaper shot. So you can pretty much stay at full health for extremely long points of time, as long as you're not being stupid, and as long as, when you are taking damage, you're getting off that point and you're going back into it as you need to. So the thing you need to do with Zarya though is, you are DPS, but you're not primarily DPS. So you want to be going in and actually trying to kill people only when you're charged, because when you're not charged, you're not going to be doing a lot of damage, and you're really not going to be doing anything that can be effective to your team. Once you get up to about 50 charge, you're going to be melting squishies, and you're going to be doing a lot of damage. So right here, I'm on 91% charge, now on 100. Look how quickly I melt this soldier. Just because I'm charged up. And this is a thing that not many people know. That Zarya is pretty much counter everyone. She counters D.Va, she counters Roadhog, she counters Squishies with her ult. So as you can see, they're ulted there, pushed them into the point. I really shouldn't have ulted there, as it's only me on the point, as you can see. Well, my Anna's there, but I thought there was more people behind me, not enough communication. So you really don't want to waste your ults, guys. That's another thing. A lot of Zarya's just panic ult, which is something, I can't say I've never done it. Of course I've done it, I just did it right there. But you really want to try and refrain from using your ults unless you have someone else with you that you're going to focus fire. So, right here, I pretty much know that we're not getting the point on this push. So what I'm doing is I'm building up my ulti. Now, when you're building up ultis, guys, just stay away from the point and just use your grenade. So you're pretty much going to be shooting the balls at them. This is because you're going to be doing to damage into, more, enemies, and you're going to get your ult charged up faster. But you really want to make sure, because if they have an enemy Zarya on the enemy team, well, that obviously it's on the enemy team, but if they have a Zarya on their team, you really want to be careful with where you're shooting this, because you have a trade-off. You can either charge that Zarya up and then push, then she will charge you up and you'll take her out, or you will pretty much charge her up, and if your team pushes in, you will get wiped. So you need to play Zarya like you would, not the same as you'd play Soldier, but you don't want to just, she's not a tank where you hide. She is, well, most tanks don't hide, but like, how Reinhardt, you sort of don't run into the action unless you've got your team with you. With Zarya, you can do that a little bit more. You don't run in thinking you can wipe the enemy team by yourself, because that's never going to happen. But she's a hero where you can not carry a team, but you can pretty much push your team forward. You don't need a Reinhardt if you have a good Zarya. Of course, this is a good thing to have both of them, but right here, this D.Va comes up to me, charges me up. I'm using my, beam to shoot him, and he pretty much knows that he's going to go down, so he just runs off. Now, I really shouldn't have put my bubble up there, but as you can see, I'm constantly getting that overshield back up, which is, you're always going to have 200 health minimum if you don't die. So that's something that, I really like about Zarya, and I think that makes her, the hero that she is, because you can go in there, soak damage that charges you up. If your shield breaks, your overshield's going to go down. If you get out of, the gunfight in time, you're going to go back to full health, and you're also going to be doing more damage output. So it's really a trade-off. It's really all about timing with Zarya, because if you're running into a point and you don't have the timing in your head, you will die, because you're not going to, if you just bubble now, then when you get to the point you don't have bubble, you're pretty much going to be worthless, because a good Zarya will always be charged up. Now, like I said, the best ways to get charged up if you're playing Zarya, if you see a teammate get hooked by Roadhog, put that on them. If, someone ults, put that on them. You're not going to save them, but you are going to charge yourself up. Also, D.Va ults like that. If I had my bubble up, I could just stay right there. That would give me 50% charge. If there was just me and a teammate, I put the bubble on him. Me, I'm 100% charge. Zarya's going down. Whoever's on that point, if I have ult, they're going to be going down, and they're not going to be able to take me out. So it's really one of those things where you really want to balance the way you play. You want to be aggressive, but you don't want to be that aggressive that you're going down rather than getting charged. So as you can see here, I ult onto, I think that was, Lucio, and I was pretty much hoping that Junkrat would just go off on him, and then I'd get fully charged again, but it really didn't go that way. So a lot of people that know that you're a good Zarya, they will not use their ults on you. So you got to make sure what you're doing is timed right. So another thing that Zarya is also really, really good for is just zoning off areas, because her ult can, drag everyone in. Guys, if you're playing on a capture map and you are on 90%, do not ult until it is 99%. Unless you need that ult 100%, do not use that ult, because something that I usually do is when it's 99%, if we can wipe them, right? That's a win. But if we take out a few and then they keep coming back, if they're pushing onto a point and they're all in the middle of the area, I can put my ult down and they will not be able to push. If they're playing a Genji, the Genji can jump out of it, but a lot of people, if you see Genji dash, then use it straight away because he's not going to be able to dash out of it and you're going to be able to melt him. But as you can see here, so Soldier puts his ult up and I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to go down. So I pull my bubble up and I'm just, hoping for the best. When you see a bunch of squishies together, guys, if you're charged up, don't worry about using your laser beam. Worry about shooting the projectiles like that because you're going to be doing splash damage and you're going to be able to take, out people, you're not going to be able to take out every single person, but you're going to be doing more than just single focus. So, like this ult right here, it just gathers everyone into a center, takes out that Junkrat. Unfortunately, got taken out by Reaper there because, he was backlining me and he was actually playing really good, staying behind me. Our Mercy reses, and at this point, I'm just like, okay, I need to get charged back up again. If I'm not charged, I'm useless. So what I'm constantly trying to do is just find out who I can charge and who would be the best to charge. If I had my charge right now, I'm going to give it to Genji like that because I know he's going to be focused. Our Pharah takes him out and we capture the point. Guys, what I love about Zarya, she's anti so many heroes. She can, if you get a Discord on a tank and Zarya is charged up, you are going to melt that tank. If you have squishies, if you are charged up, you're going to melt them unless you are focused. If they have a diva who keeps messing with your team, just put a bubble up on one of your teammates. Usually they keep shooting the bubbles. I don't know why, but they do. You're going to get charged up and you're going to be able to take out that Zarya. Sorry, take out that diva. You're not going to take out Zarya. If there is an enemy Zarya, you do not want to use your projectile because you're going to be charging her up and the last thing you need is a Zarya charged up because, like I've been saying in this video, when Zarya is charged up, she is deadly. She is extremely hard to counter. She is just overall really, really OP. Not OP. Now, I've seen a lot of videos where people say, Zarya's OP and she needs a nerf. She's only overpowered when she's fully charged up, and that is where she's meant to be strong. Because if you're charging a Zarya up, that's where, they get overpowered and they become really, really strong. So you really want to make sure that you're not charging up Zaryas, guys. If you ever see a Zarya bubble, just call that out so people don't shoot. As soon as it drops, take out that enemy, keep the Discords up, keep the Harmony Orbs up if you're playing with the Zen. And just keep Harmony Orbs on Zen, guys. If you don't need it constantly on Zarya, but if you do have it on Zarya, you're going to be helping your team out more than if it wasn't. Because, like I said, with Zarya, you're an assault tank. You're going to be pushing up a lot more than just if you were playing. I don't know. If you were playing Reinhardt, you always got that shield up. If you're playing Roadhog, you're pretty much not backlining, but you're sort of behind your team trying to get hooks so you can pick. So with Zarya, you're an assault tank. You really want to be keeping the push. She's very push heavy. If you can get a good push with a good Zarya, you're going to be winning most games if you're constantly getting charged. Just keep your Zarya charged up because if she's charged and, you build ulti really quick if you're getting kills, and the best way to get kills is to be charged up, guys. Like I've been saying, if you're charged up as Zarya, you're going to kill people as long as you're not focused and you're kept alive. So thank you guys for watching the video. If you did enjoy the video, please hit that like button. If you learned how to play Zarya, if you learned something different about Zarya, it's not a full guide, it's a little quick thing that I like about Zarya and some quick little tips, So thank you guys for watching. Like I said, if you enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button, and until next time, peace.